Hello and welcome to the Cat Podcast, the podcast that talks about the game Cat from Roblox. Anything related to the topic cats, we are into it. I am your host, Nathan, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jacob
Hey,
and Zach.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
This podcast, we're not gonna be talking about anything that happened to the cat so far. This is just basically our introduction podcast and why this podcast was made and why we are the host and I'm the host and they are the co-host. So let's dive in, boys. Anyways, so this podcast, huh?
yeah,
It's
sure.
something, I guess. Yeah.
We're doing a Q&A or
You kind of just
something?
asked us to join here. I'm kind of being forced against my will, but it's okay.
We'll do that.
Let's start with a Q&A. How about that?
Q&A. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll ask some questions to Nathan.
Okay.
What made you make this idea?
Alright, it was like Saturday. I was pretty trippy.
It was Saturday. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
It was
Saturday
like,
afternoon.
it was 3 weeks ago. I was pretty trippy. I was in like cat server, just in that perm slush
Mhm.
channel, flexing by the way.
Oh, yeah, all right.
That perm slush channel, and then I was just sitting there, like laying there in my bed, just waiting. And then Jax randomly joined, and then we talked about something that happened between Kane and the trade help server. We'll talk about that in the
See,
next
we'll talk
podcast.
about later.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about that
yeah,
in another
yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
And then it kind of popped up. I gotta say we were like been talking for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I just like told Jax, podcast. We should do a podcast. Or I should make a podcast. There should be a podcast related
So
to
you randomly were just talking with Jax. You're like, podcast.
that. Oh, it was about a day later. I was
A
like,
day later.
podcast.
But why podcast?
I don't know. I was just listening to Misfits while I was tripping. And
Oh, well,
when
that
Jack,
explains a lot. Okay, well, you know what? That's fair. That's completely fair.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Uh,
yeah.
alright.
So yeah,
All right.
and I'm a Q&A you, Zach. Why
Oh,
did you
okay.
want to? Wait, no.
No,
Why
no,
did
no.
you
Don't
decide?
ask me that. You forced me into this.
Why did you decide to be my co-host when you
well,
could?
well, let's say this. I don't know you too well, Nathan. I don't. But I know that you seem pretty. You're a pretty chill dude in the community, and then I just see a DM from you, and you're like, "Do you want to be my co-host part of my podcast?" I'm like, to myself, I was like, "How is this gonna work, dude? I've never been in a podcast before." And so I don't know. It was just random that you just asked me. And I'm like, okay, why not? It might be fun. And here I am.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Don't,
I'm just
oh
like smack
yeah,
your butt.
just don't. It's so weird. You're literally throwing for content. You're
All
throwing.
right.
Throw it for content, of course. Anyway,
Anyway,
so I
Q&A for
guess I'll
you,
introduce
Jacob.
myself.
Oh yeah. All
I
right.
just joined the server and you gave me this rank, so it's pretty cool. Pretty much.
I mean,
That's just it.
that's partly what happened to me too. Honestly.
Yeah, it's just exactly.
Well, I couldn't have done it single.
That's
It would
true. That's true.
it would be
It's
very
understandable.
hard doing a single podcast.
And
That's
you
true.
guys wanted to introduce yourselves, right? And say some
Yeah.
stuff about us, right? How about Nathan go
Yeah. All
first?
right.
Oh, I just noticed something. There's 3 of us, and there's 3 letters in cat.
Shut up. No one cares. Your brain is literally omega sized, but shut up. Now, Nathan, you want to
Anyway,
talk about
yeah.
yourself
Just
maybe?
give a general sense of yourself.
I just randomly started to be active after I left this other community related to cat. Some like it was probably I would say Derek's community. I would say, you know,
All right. All
The
right.
what
Right.
community?
Just
It
spell
was
it.
like RXR, National or Derek's/Derek's server.
Oh yeah, Derek server. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I just started to be like lonely, so I started to get active in the cat community. and then
See.
I got popular. I got clout.
Yeah,
Clout, yep.
debatable. Or
Yeah, extremely debatable. Who are you? Who are you?
Keep going.
I was a guy named Bredgeful11. The 11 gives you a hint. And
Yeah,
then I
11
just
years
started.
old.
Hmm.
Wow,
I
then not
started
even allowed to be on
popping
Discord.
community.
Might have to delete
Shut
soon.
up! I started to be active in the, or like be active, and then started talking to the community members. Then the mods noticed me, and then I'm friends with them.
They
Some of
now.
them, and then yeah,
Some of them are.
Oh wow.
Alright.
How about you, Jacob?
I know.
So, I mean, I've been in the cat community since trading. It was pretty cool, I guess. And then I started being active a lot. Jesus Christ, I was so active. It's like too active. Jesus. So
Too active.
I started too active, and I got traction, I guess. So I met these two other people. We'll get into them in the next podcast called Angie and Ben.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well,
Yikes.
that'll be a
That's a
story.
lot.
That'll be a story.
That's an old story. And
Yeah.
so yeah, and then now I guess I'm known, I guess. Kind of, maybe.
I
And
think
so
you're
I'm
known
here.
a bit. Yeah, I would say so.
All right. What about you, Zach?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I've been playing Roblox since 2011. Okay. 2010 on a guest. I've been
Yeah.
playing murder games on Roblox 2013. So I've been playing like Murder Mystery 1, Murder Mystery 2, TMM 1. I played a very little bit of Twisted Murder. I played Mad Games. And I'll tell you, I'll get Mad Games in a minute. And then I played Bootiac games. I played other Mad Games copies, and then I played Cat. Now let's get into back in 2014. So back in 2014, I was playing TMM, and I got really famous with the #1 person on the leaderboard, Mike Gamer 878. Me and him actually became pretty
Remember
good
him.
friends, and we're still friends today. And we always used to play games with each other back in the day, you know, back in 2015, 2016. And then back in I think 2015, about May of 2015, about a month after Mad Games came out, I started playing that game. And then I started grinding the hell out of that game. I remember when I hit level 100, I remember when I was hitting like level 150.
Sweat.
You shut up.
Keep going. Oh, God.
You're awful. Okay, anyway. So I ended up playing the game enough in July of 2016, I hit the leaderboard. And the person right below me was a person named Democracy. And I passed them really quickly because I think they quit like a little bit after they got on the leaderboard. So I ended up taking their place, and then ended up taking a couple more people's places, and then I got 7th place. My highest placing on the Mad Games leaderboard was 6, and then I went back down to 7, and then that's just kind of where I've been since.
It just shows how good at you. You're good at every game. Jeez.
No, I'm good at Cat. I'm good at Mad Game. Okay, okay. I'm good at Mad. The only reason I'm good at Mad Games is because you mean good at Cat is because I'm good at Mad Games, and because Mad Games is like
That makes sense.
really they're basically the same game, except the Cat's knives and gun system is a lot less clunky and trash.
I see.
True story.
Right.
And so after Mad Games, I ended up playing Cat, like the original, not the original version. I played like the version right after that, which was all the shop items were free. You just got kills. You got a lot of kills. You know, I only had 12k kills by that time, and I was still pretty good. I remember actually meeting this guy that I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was exporting, but I'm not for sure.
Of
But
course.
he was able to
Gaming god
spam
chair.
his knife so fast that it was double my okay. Speaking of spamming, my knife spamming in Mad Game is really, really fast. I was like one of the fastest people. His knife span was almost 2 times faster than mine in Cat. It was unbelievable to me. I'm like, because I didn't even really know exploits existed at that point. And you know, when he did that, I was like, how is he doing that? Is that guy cheating? What is
So
he?
he was an admin.
Cheat engine? You know, he wasn't even that. He was just a regular player. I don't remember his username or anything, but it was crazy to me. And then I ended up getting back into the Cat community, and I started playing Cat a lot. then obviously then I quit Cat for a long time because whenever Cat broke, I ended up stopped playing it,
It's like
and then
every a few years.
yeah, and then whenever Cat came back, I started playing again, and I started playing, getting good, meeting people on that game, being friends with them. That's kind of how I met like Nathan and stuff like that. Like not
Ooh,
The
I
other Nathan,
see.
Hayok,
Oh,
not
Oh.
Nathan. Yeah, not you. No one cares about you. Anyway, that was really okay. I'm really sorry. That was
Oh.
really mean. But after that,
Where
I
did he
ended up
go?
getting a really popular. I didn't really get popular. I got popular among the higher up people. Like people
Hmm.
like started to recognize my skill just a little bit. I
Wait,
wasn't like as good as I was now, but I was
want to talk about
okay.
your streaming?
We'll
I
talk
used to
about
stream.
that in a little bit. Uh,
ooh.
we'll get into that in a second. And so I started getting a little bit recognizable in the cat community, just a little bit. I wasn't in the Discord very much. I wasn't talking to people, but I was talking to like a couple friends of mine that joined because some of them were like really high kills. Some people were popular. That's how I met like Ben and Angie, and that's how I met a
We'll
couple
get
like
them. Yeah.
Sinfully. We'll talk like Oak Corp, Frazzle, all those type of people. And so the only reason I actually started getting that was really popular is because I ended up meeting Pasta or
Oh,
360
360
Pasta
pasta. Or
because
two people
he was on the
podcast.
Mad Games leaderboard before, and we were really good friends. But then we ended up. I think he unfriended me because of some drama back
Ooh.
in Mad Games, and so whenever
Ooh.
he added me back on Cat because I recognized
Ooh.
him and he recognized my username, and so we added each other back. We started talking to each other, and we started playing games together, and we were chill again. Then he ends up letting me use Void Knife. The voice stuff whenever trading after trading came out because I was still playing before trading, but he ended
Yeah,
up letting
Void
me
wasn't out
use.
yet, right?
No, Void was not out. Not the knife wasn't out and the radio was not out, and I had both. And I ended up actually getting my Void Knife taken away from me because I think Ben or Nathan was bragging about having the chicken leg of doom to Ben, even though he wasn't bragging, and then he ended up having to get taken away because Ben got upset or some shit. That's what I heard. I'm not being 100%, but that's what I've heard. And so I ended up getting my void knife taken away, and then I ended up getting it back after it got released. So that's how I know I still have the first void knife in the game and I still have the void. And he also
The
gave me back the
first.
radio because he's like, "Oh yeah, you can have the radio back too." I'm like, "Okay." So that's when people started to notice me is when I had the void stuff because obviously the void stuff wasn't out yet. And then about let's say it's back in February, I started actually talking in the Discord again, and I started talking to people. People were recognizing me a little bit, and they were starting to talk to me. People were enjoying to talk to me, and I was enjoying to talk to them. And then obviously up to now, I'm where I'm at. I'm a little bit more popular than I used to be. I have these awesome cat friends that I like playing games with, and yeah, it's really great. Honestly, it's amazing having friends like these guys around.
That made me cry.
He cried. Oh my gosh, you're so
Just
good.
all right. So I guess we'll talk about how we met each other. Like, all right, that's a pretty good topic, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah, cat.
I don't know. You guys probably should talk about how you met each other, because mine's probably not as cool as your guys's.
I mean, I met Nathan because he was active. He was
I
just
was
always there.
I was just active during the time. I was like before January. I was getting really, really
Mhm.
active. Getting really, really
When I
numb.
got just remember when I got Perms Plus, Nathan's like, unfair. Kidding. But he did
Cry
say,
about it.
and
Cry
like
about it.
and then you got Perms Plus, so that was cool.
It was out of random. I don't know if like Jax gave
Mhm.
to me because of something I did that made the bot mute me. It was.
I got it from. All right, I remember vividly. I just said Kiev in the the chat, like Kiev value list. And he just gave it to me.
Oh,
That's pretty
okay.
much it. Then I met Zach through when he was streaming before. Want to go into that?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I used to stream cat on Twitch, and the reason why I stopped is just as I wasn't feeling motivated as I was, because my first stream I hit 28 people, no 26 people, My first stream. Then I hit 18 people. And then I streamed again, and then I was hitting not even 5 people. So I
Yikes.
completely lost all that motivation and just stopped streaming. Then I tried to get back into streaming again because I remembered, finally that that'll happen. Numbers like that are gonna, they're gonna go up, they're gonna go down. And then I was having issues with my streaming thing, and I haven't been able to stream cat because it just won't let me. I have end up having a minute delay on my stream, and I just haven't fixed it yet. So that's about where that's at. If anyone wants to help me fix it, you can always DM me at Zachary at 2001. Thank you.
You're gonna have to be very specific. Zach, very.
It's
You know,
Zachary. Yeah, Zachary at 2001.
Plug in your Twitch just to say it.
That was not even my Twitch. It's my Discord. Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Oh.
Just throw it.
Zoned out for a moment. Anyway.
So
So-
I met you guys from just talking. Like I was
Yeah,
just
just
in the
talking.
talking in the Discord, and I know Nathan. I remember at first. I'm pretty sure Nathan, you didn't really talk to me. You kind of just you kind of
Adored.
ignored me at first. Yeah, you. I mean, but it's just understandable. You're a famous person. I wasn't as popular. You know what I mean?
Famous, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're famous. Yeah, you're
Okay.
famous. Yeah, famous.
Famous,
I had
famous,
an annihilator. Ooh.
Okay. You're making me sound like an asshole. Oh,
You were an asshole.
No, he was pretty nice.
I don't know.
Except for the new members. New members though.
Yeah.
Yikes.
No, I met Jacob the same exact way. But Jacob was very more
was
friendly
cooler.
than Nathan. and you guys just
wait,
started
I'm gonna
talking
re-
to me, and then whenever I started to get Perms Plus, you guys just started talking to me more. And because I got Perms.
Well, that sounds like
Now
we're
look, the
asshole.
only reason I got Perms Plus is because I asked
'Cause of-
Arda how to
mhm.
get Perms Plus, and I asked him if he could, uh,
Give it.
talk to Jax about giving me Perms Plus. He's like, oh, I'm
Mhm.
just gonna tell him you're an OG player, which I am. And he was like, okay, and I'm like, okay. So then he messages Jax. He's like, Zach's an an OG player. Can you give him perms? And I got perms. That's how I got perms.
Not because you were active, but because you were an OG player. Makes sense.
Jax is like one of those fucking Jax is one of those grandmas that just hands you candy.
was
yeah.
It's cool, yeah.
Except this candy is
Just
it's just a brick.
This is a brick. And he's like, here.
He's like,
Just
here,
here.
and just throws it in your face.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, well.
Well,
Well, that's a good introduction.
I think
Yeah.
that's good. I think that's a good first podcast. What do you think?
That was pretty good.
Decent? Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Next time, though. Next time's big stuff.
Next time we
so-
got some
Wait,
stories. They're gonna have some
yeah,
stories
yeah.
to talk about. And it's not gonna be just some introduction shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
I'll edit
after
that
next time, we're probably gonna go into the newer kind of drama and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like we're just going back to a little past in the next one.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is our podcast. We'll be talking about things in cat drama, cat updates, cat everything. And then yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in with us. Leaving our Discord server in our description.
in the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah.
Please make sure you subscribe and give us a like.
Yeah. Please give us a like. Only 0% of you.
Only
Ooh,
0%
like,
of you
actually
are
watch it.
subscribed, so thank you for that.
So press subscribe and notifications. Press like so we could get more views. More views equal more content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
content. Woo! Yeah, that's what you say.
Alright.
That's all. Yeah, okay. See ya.
See you
Alright,
guys.
well, yeah.